Right. I hope you can see this. The sun is actually coming in through the window now, so adjustment time for camera. Okay, hopefully you can see it. Now, I put in 2 drops of the Ultimate Fusion shading. Put that there for now. And, oh no, I just used the eraser instead of the sealer. Oh, that's not what we want. Sorry, guys. It was supposed to be 2 drops, excuse me, 2 drops of the sealer. We now get rid of this and start again. Oh, my goodness. I'm not doing too well lately, as you've noticed. So, okay, we've got rid of that. I'll use another palette just to be on the safe side. So where is my sealer? It looks like I'm not familiar with where I put it. Let's try my box and hopefully find it very quickly. That's a blend flow. Blend flow. Actually, I might use the blend flow. Gloss. Don't need that right now. And where is my sealer? Shine remover. We don't need that. Oh, okay, guys. Trust me, there is a sealer. I just can't find it. Here we go. Found the sealer as well. And I'm going to use the blend flow as well. So, start again. 1 drop of the shading. That's what it's called, this colour. So, it's rather than wasting the paints, you can still use them for different effects and so forth. And they're both an air dry paint, so you don't need to bake. So 1 drop. And this time don't put the eraser in, oh my goodness. I'll put in a couple of drops of the blend flow. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 of the blend flow. Right. And the sealer, which we mistaken for before. The sun is nice and warm streaming in through the window. Been having very cold nights, but we are getting into winter, so expect nothing less. So 1, 2, that's plenty. So I'm just going to put that over there and start to do my shading. Just wondering if I have to add some distilled water to this. Let's have a look. Hard to tell. Maybe a little bit. I'm just going to add a little bit of distilled water. So just a couple of drops. Okay. Now mix it again. And how I'm going to apply it, I'm going to do it slightly different this time. So I will start, if there's a crease, no there's not, under here will do. So I'm just going to put 1 line of that there, and then I'm going to get this cosmetic applicator, which is actually for lips, and you can get them on eBay, and just take the excess off. See, got the excess on there now. So that's your result. And I'm just going to continue on within the of the other creases all the way. Now that's what it looks like. So basically what I'm trying to avoid is, I haven't even dipped the brush back into the paint. I'm trying to avoid there being too much emphasis on the creases. Okay, so it may need a little bit more here, and then just quickly go along with your applicator and spread it, And that's the effect that you get. If you get a little bit over, just pop it off. So there you go. In between the lips, I think I would probably just put a little bit of shading there, like so. And smooth it with the applicator. Here we go. Inside the nostrils. Just be careful you don't get it on the outside. And just to make sure, yeah, so that's the effect that you get. It's a deep. I wouldn't use too much on the little divot here, which is the, what's the technical name for it now? I've forgotten. In my brain there somewhere. The, filter. Okay, so, and then in Sleeping Eye Babies, I will go ahead and do the just inside the slit area there. While the brush is still relatively dry, I'm going to do the bottom part here. Oops. So there. And just blend slightly. So what I don't want is an over-enthusiasm of anything. I don't want anything to sort of be... So this brush is almost like dry. And there's only a tiny amount of paint left on it. So just there in the corner of the eye, I'll put some. Okay, so again, around the little nostrils. It's just like that. And around here. All the way out. Okay. So we've done that. And don't forget, you are still dealing with air dry paint, so you can't afford to diddle daddle and waste time. I don't want to use a freshly loaded brush right direct on the other eye, so what I will do, I loaded my brush with the paint and I'm going to come into the ear where I want the shading to be more intense. So right down deep here to give that look of depth, and here just like that, and I'll show you what it looks like in a sec. And the outer flap, and I just try and zoom you guys in so you can have a look. Right. Okay. So now that it's not so full, the brush, I will come along and do just the slit of the eye again. Now, it looks like I may need some paint to take the excess off. The ear took more than I expected. So just there, and directly under the eye. And we get our little applicator, lip applicator, and just blend that in. And then just here, well, the brush is almost dry. So just there, and along the bridge of the nose, especially in this baby, it's got quite a depth there in the bridge of the nose. So that's what it looks like. Do the other ear. Should I just saw a little bit that's been neglected here. Get to it before it dries out. Okay, the other ear, that's right. So we'll pick up, it's sort of like a very purpley sort of colour. I don't know if you can see it on the napkin. But you know, that's okay for creases. And we just shade where we want to shade. Again. Just where shading is required to give it the depth. So again, the other ear is done now. I don't know if I want to go overboard because there's 2 indentations just there where the brow starts, and this baby seems to be frowning. So I'll just see. If I don't like it, I'll take it straight off. I'm just going to just lightly, very, very lightly shade this area for more detailing. You know, that's okay. So very lightly shaded, yeah. Okay, so, and then finally, before I do the eventual lip colour, because this has got the purple tone in it, and our lips do have purple tone in them, I'm just going to give it 1 coat of this as well. So I'm going to avoid the nursing blister and just do alongside it on the top lip, just like that. But this won't be the final colour. So behind the ears is another place that you can put it on. You can see now that with all the applications that I've done, I haven't, oh, this is a little bit harsh here. A little bit too much paint there. You can't see the veining as much now. You can still see it, but it's not as prominent as it was to begin with. But there's many layers, many layers here of lime greens, and there's a couple of layers of those, and then a couple of layers of lemon and white with yellow. Yeah, there's quite a few layers. So now with olive skin babies, you don't see as much of the detail because their skin's a different, a different, I don't know what you call it, pigmented. So whereas with light coloured babies, you'd see maybe more of the capillaries and so forth. With the olive skin babies, you probably wouldn't see them. I might give him a few blotches. I don't know yet. I'll see when I get up to that stage. But yeah, other than that, really, that's the detail extent of it. So now what we're going to do is just continue on and do all the creases on the limbs and with the same mixture before it dries out. And then we'll be back to do the blushing and nail colour. Actually, put a coat of that on your nail colour as well, because babies' nails tend to have that sort of purpley colour look to them. So yeah, while you're doing it, do a little bit on the nails as well, on toes and hands. And then I'll be back to show you the blushing and what detail we can do with olive skin babies, even though they weren't meant to be olive skin babies. Oh, they're still cute. Okay, guys.